Alright, so today is the day we can now officially view the newest characters coming to Nikke within the next week right now. You can now view them. They are here in game. I'm guessing if you can view them, you can also view their kits. So we're going to do a quick kit breakdown, say that 10 times fast, today, and we'll see if Mast and Anchor are either good or dog crap. We'll find out now. As always, if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. It helps out a ton. Truly appreciate the support. I'm pretty sure we just hit a milestone on the channel, but I'm also not sure. So we'll find out right now. Did we, or am I high? 29.4K. We did. I was correct. Thank you all for subscribing up and enjoying the content. Let's hop into things. Let's get over there. So by going over to your not owned section of your Nikkepedia, you can view the characters there as well. We have Mast over here as our first banner, officially releasing next week on the 30th of the month. Mast Romantic Maid. Manufacturer is ELYSION. Aegis is the squad. The backstory: Mast, dressed up in the pirate costume of her dreams, makes her appearance at the Maid Cafe, leaving people unsure whether she's a pirate, a maid, or simply a bashful girl. Despite all this confusion, the dream she holds in her heart is as genuine as it gets. Pretty simple, pretty simple. B2 character, okay, officially confirmed there. So there is that, okay, in before is a 40-second B2. Let's see what happens here. But we also have the one and only, also a B2, okay. We also have B2, make that clear. Anchor, Innocent Maid. ELYSION, Aegis is the squad, obviously. Following Mast's lead, Anchor dons her costume swimsuit and steps in as a maid for the day. Her skills honed through experiences from various fundraisers aboard the Admire, rival those of a professional maid. Okay, let's see the kits. Let's see if they're good or bad. I'm very curious here. Well, actually, before we do that, shooting animation and everything, here is the animation. There was a post on Twitter yesterday. Look at the bird, bro. It's the doll or bobblehead out of that, rather. She has the perfect meal for the captain, and she has all of this listed over there, and then some pretty cool elements around her. Here's a shooting pose. You can see the bird, the main highlight of this entire character here, and that is the shooting pose. Yeah. Look at the bird at the top, bro. He's shaking it too. Oh my god. Okay, so that is the first character over here. The bird shaking it is probably the best part, man. It's probably the best part. Over here we have the chibi version, obviously, of the maid there. And that is for, remember, there's a content coming soon with this. I don't know when it's coming out or how that's working, but they're supposed to make use of the SD models and make some sort of a content from that. So we'll see in the future when that's releasing. But given the pipeline we know of, expect it around like June, July. Let's say around there. We have over here now Anchor also as one of your characters. Remember, here we go. Simply, that's the animation. Pretty cool stuff. And then over here we have the weapon and animation. Basically, she is a rocket launcher character. So do what you will with that information. Brand new summer maids. That's basically what this is. That's what this update really is. And then over here you have the walking animation for the SD model. So there we go. Now kit time. Let's see it. Is it cooked? Is it bad? Is it good? Is there a reason I can't view it? I don't own Quincy, but I can view hers. I can't view hers. What is the reason? All right, let me look around and see where it is, because I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be able to view it. Give me a second. Okay, somebody clue me in. Did they just, like, remove the kits from my account? Like, what? I had to reload the game, and then I came back, so I don't know why the kits weren't there. They're there now, so I've never seen that. The buttons were grayed out. I'm like, oh, they're smart. They're hiding the kits now. And I'm like, no, they didn't hide the kits. But okay, let's get into it. Here we go. This is skill 1, a pirate's heart. Activates when entering burst stage 1. Affects self, drunken. That's the name of the buff. Okay. Hit rate goes down by 20% and stacks up to 3 times continuously. So when you enter B1 stage 1, or B1 stage 1, right? Or burst stage 1, affects self, your hit rate goes down by 20%, stacks up to 3 times continuously. It's fun. Activates when in drunken status, affects all allies. Critical rate goes up by 20% continuously. Okay. Then 35% up of caster's attack continuously. Ugh. Caster's attack. Okay, so that's there. Activates when entering burst stage 3 in drunken status. Affects all allies. Your distributed damage goes up by 15% times the number of drunken stacks for 10 seconds. Distributed damage. Number of drunken stacks you can stack 3 times. You can get 45% distributed damage and 45% reload, correct? Or is that wrong? Ish, right? And then that stacks for 10 seconds. Activates when the caster reaches max stacks of Drunken at the end of the full burst. Affects self after the stacks are removed. Hangover, stun for 10 seconds. Bruh. You gotta stun yourself, okay? So that's a fun kit. I see what they're doing here. To a degree, I see what they're doing here. So Drunken basically drops your hit rate, and then that stuns you. Yeah? Okay. Questionable, but we'll keep going here. Affects all allies. Critical damage goes up by 40% for 10 seconds. Attack damage goes up by 15% for 10 seconds. Affects all allies if in Drunken status, which, you know, you activate that pretty quickly, so yeah. Attack up by 20% times the number of Drunken stacks of caster's attack for 10 seconds. All allies up, damage attack up. Okay. So she's a B2. 40 seconds, though. She's 40 seconds. No. Come on, man. They always be doing that. You read this whole kit. You get to the bottom, you're like 40 seconds. You're like, damn. Okay. I mean, so far, it looks good. The 40 seconds is like the issue. But the damage, critical damage, reload speed, crit rate, attack, the distributed damage, right? She's going to be maybe SBS, maybe Alice, maybe we'll see exactly how that operates there. We'll see if it's good there. No, you're not, because it does remove the stacks. Then you're giving 45, right? You're giving 45%. Is it 45% of this? It stacks with 3 times the Drunken thing. Okay, we'll circle back to this kit. For now, though, we'll have to see. The 42nd is the issue. My guess is they're going to make them a duo. Knowing them. She's 40 seconds too, so they're probably a duo. They're both 40 seconds. Ouch. Okay, let's read this one. Activates when entering full burst. Affects all allies. Effects changes according to the activation time. Previous effects trigger repeatedly. Once. Potency of HP goes up by 30% basically for 5 seconds. Twice. Distributed damage up by 30% for 10 seconds. 3 times. Stack count of debuffs drops by 1. Oh, stack count of debuffs drop by 1. Okay, so that confirms what I was not understanding. Right? So here's what happens now that I understand this. So with skill 1 over here, skill 1, how it works is when entering full burst, this occurs. At 1 time potency, at 2 times distributed damage, at 3 times stack count. How they're doing things is they're a duo. This confirms they're a duo, because initially, right, when we were going through this, 45% occurs 1 time. Can you keep that 40%? No, it doesn't look like it, because it resets the max stacks. So max stacks are gone. To maintain the max stacks, you have to run Anchor. And why is that? Is because of the way this kit is designed. It's designed like Legos, bro. Like when you're doing a puzzle and the last piece fits perfectly because it's like, you know, whatever. That's this kit. The last piece is perfectly fitting here. Basically, how this operates is this: to maintain max stacks, you have to order Mast first before Anchor. She has to burst first. You load up the game, you burst in one, you do the first rotation, right? So entering B1 stage, you will give yourself 1 Drunken. Now you will then burst with Mast, burst with whoever. Now you'll enter the second rotation, the second burst rotation. Another B1 occurs, giving you 2 Drunken. Then for Anchor, the second effect will apply, distributed damage. And then B3 occurs. Then the third rotation, what's going to happen is you're now 2 Drunken because you did 2 B1 bursts. The third B1 burst will occur. With the third B1 burst occurring, okay, you will now hit Drunken status. You will apply Drunken max stacks to distributed damage and everything times 3 times 3 times 3 everywhere across the kit, right? Times 3 over here. But what happens is, because, okay, in that situation on the rotation that's occurring, that rotation will have at the same point, same second, it will drop. So after the burst occurs, correct? It will then also drop her stack count of debuffs. Yeah? When that occurs, it then procs this to fail, or it makes this fail, because this is when it reaches max stacks. That's in burst stage 3. So in burst stage 3 affects all allies. This occurs, activates when casters max stacks of that at the end of full burst. But it's happening before the end of full burst. Right? It's happening on the skill 1. So they plan this very well. That's when entering full burst. Okay? That happens. So that's I'm guessing what keeps her maxed out. So it takes a little ramp up, and then it's maxed out, and Anchor keeps her maxed out. Seemingly the case. Right? Seems like that is the case there. Unless I'm getting that wrong. And then activates when entering full burst with an ally from the same squad on the battlefield. So same squad on the battlefield. See, again, they want her on the same team. Affects all allies, recovers 3.04% of the caster's max HP every 1 second for 8 seconds. Skill 2 activates when or after full burst ends. Okay. Affects all allies. Effect changes according to the activation time. Previous effects trigger repeatedly. So the first time, this is just a built-up character. Hit rate up 10% 10 seconds. Twice attack up, caster's attack. Again, caster's attack 10 seconds. 3 times reload speed up 40% for 15 seconds. Seaside Stroll. Affects all allies. Okay, 40 seconds, keep that in mind. Storage. If the target obtained a healing effect that exceeds the character's max HP, so from this over here potentially, excess portions will be stored up to 60%, not 90%, 60% of the caster's max HP lasts for 25 seconds. Recovers 40% of the caster's max HP as HP. Attack goes up by 30% of caster's attack for 10 seconds. Damn, shift up. Damn. What they did here is, okay, so I know it took me a while to get to this point in the video because I was reading through this kit like properly. The thing is, they made a very strong duo here. This is a duo, okay? And it's like Mast. I don't know if Mast can go on her own, but Anchor clearly can go on her own. That is true. But together they are really freaking good. And with SBS or other characters as associated, yeah, they have a great synergy. The thing is, what they did here is they made a double character that could be interpreted as a must summon or a great freaking summon before a collaboration. They're very smart here. I would not summon if you're gonna break the bank for the collab then, right? Because clearly they did this very, very smartly. This is they both are very good characters. Obviously, I think you can, maybe, after testing, maybe you could skip and be okay, and, like, it doesn't affect you at all. But I wouldn't be shocked. These characters are very smartly done. I wonder in the future what's going to release that's going to team with, like, they're doing a lot of distributed damage. I'm very curious here if up and coming something with distributed damage is available, right? Saying Pilgrim, maybe saying collaboration, maybe saying the future. I'm very curious here because a B3 distributed damage character can easily show up. You're giving, like per burst cycle, you're giving a good amount of stats everywhere. So there is that, right? Your distributed damage is pretty good altogether. I don't know. It's a pretty solid kit. The 40. So people are gonna look at this and how it's gonna be. I know it's gonna be like that. They're gonna look at this and they're gonna say, "Oh my God, it's horrible," because of the reasoning being, the 40-second cooldown. If you run them together, that's the solution to a degree. So you have to run 2B2s. But running these 2B2s, you're giving like what? Let's say like an estimated like 90-ish caster attack. Distributed damage was up there, like what? You know, it was up there. Critical damage is like 40%. Critical rate is up there. Reload speed was up there. There's a lot. Caster attack, again, as mentioned, there's like so much caster attack spammed everywhere. And the other character, you had like what, 70-ish? Was it 75? Wasn't it 75? Am I getting that wrong? Distributed damage, was that it? So a caster attack's 30. Distributed damage is twice distributed damage over here. That's 30%, and then it scales. Because if they're doing this together, right? So when entering full burst affects all allies. So every time a burst comes through, aren't they together doing like 75% distributed damage across the board? And then when she bursts, again, 75% distributed damage across the board. And then when she goes back to bursting, 75% distributed damage across the board. That's going to keep happening, right? Each burst, they're going to just mirror each other's attacks, and or rather, each other's buffs, and then, you know, cook. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a pretty good kit in my opinion. I know that people are gonna read this and be like, oh, it's mid. I'm not gonna tell you to pull. Do not pull. I'm gonna make that clear until we test the characters and everything. This is like a hardcore. I gotta test this on paper type of kit. So let's end this off in a proper way. Do not touch this before a collaboration for 2 reasons. Okay. First reason being this is obvious bait. It's a duo that's really strong, that looks really good, that everything falls in place here. They're probably trying to bait you up before the collab, 100%. But I don't know, man. I might fall for the bait. This actually, the kits are really solid, but we'll test it and see. I don't want to give the wrong opinion just yet, but as a duo, they're great. If you can only pull one, I don't know. I think you have to pull Anchor then, because Anchor solos and works on her own. I don't know about this over here. Like, she does, to a degree, work on her own. But won't she keep stunning herself? I think that the stun doesn't go through anymore because Anchor, right? That's how that operates now. But I'll talk about that later on. So, altogether, let me know what you think. That is the kits breakdown for Mast and Anchor. Very well. Good job, Shift Up. Good bait. They're gonna win in this point here. It was like D Kill a Wife all over again. D Kill a Wife before going into collab was diabolical, bro. Diabolical. And they did it again. So yeah, take care, have fun, peace out. They look really good in my opinion, but you have to know a lot about them, and you have to have the perfect team comp, and you have to have both of them. So